Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P0453 indicates a high voltage condition in the fuel tank pressure FTP sensor circuit. The FTP sensor is an essential component of the evaporative emission control system, monitoring fuel vapor pressure within the fuel tank. Located typically at the top of the fuel tank, the FTP sensor communicates its readings to the powertrain control module, PCM, to ensure that the vehicle's fuel system operates efficiently. A detected high voltage can lead to incorrect fuel mixture calculations, potentially causing drivability issues or triggering the check engine light. Understanding the implications of this DTC is crucial for maintaining vehicle compliance with emission regulations. Therefore, it is important to address any issues promptly to ensure proper functionality and vehicle performance. The fuel tank pressure FTP sensor plays a pivotal role in the evaporative emission control EVAP system. Its main function is to monitor the pressure of fuel vapors within the fuel tank. By detecting changes in pressure, the FTP sensor informs the PCM about the vapor pressure levels, enabling appropriate fuel system adjustments to minimize emissions. The sensor is generally located on top of the fuel tank, where it can effectively measure vapor pressure. A malfunction in this sensor, such as high voltage readings, can disrupt the balance of the air-fuel mixture, resulting in performance issues and increased emissions. Thus, recognizing the precise location and role of the FTP sensor is vital for diagnosis and repair. Several reasons can lead to the P0453 code being triggered. One of the most common causes is a faulty fuel tank pressure FTP sensor that is sending incorrect voltage signals to the powertrain control module PCM. Another cause could be wiring issues, such as damaged or corroded wiring that affects the signal between the sensor and the PCM. Additionally, there may be concerns with the PCM itself, including internal faults that can misinterpret sensor inputs. Each of these potential causes requires a careful investigation to isolate the exact source of the problem. A comprehensive approach will not only identify the malfunction, but also ensure that the vehicle complies with emission standards. The symptoms associated with DTC P0453 can vary, but they often include the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard. Drivers might also notice poor fuel economy, resulting from an inefficient air-fuel mixture. Additionally, there could be noticeable performance issues such as rough idling or stalling, which are directly linked to the malfunctioning FTP sensor. These symptoms are a red flag indicating that vehicle performance may be compromised and should not be ignored. If left untreated, they could lead to more severe issues or costly repairs down the line. Therefore, it is crucial to take these warning signs seriously and initiate a thorough diagnosis. In a first troubleshooting step for DTC P0453, begin by turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. Following this, clear the DTC using the Honda Diagnostics System, HDS, which resets the diagnostic codes stored in the vehicle's memory. After clearing the codes, turn the vehicle back to the off mode. Next, insert the emergency fuel funnel into the fuel filler neck. Then turn the vehicle on again. Check the parameter values for the FTP sensor with the HDS. Specifically, you will want to verify that the FTP sensor reading is above 3 kilopascals. If the current readings match this threshold, then you will proceed to Step 3. If not, continue to Step 2 for further investigation. In this second step, begin by turning the vehicle to the off lock mode and then carefully remove the emergency fuel funnel from the fuel filler neck. Next, start the engine and hold the throttle to maintain an engine speed of 3,000 RPM without any load. ensuring that the continuously variable transmission, CVT, is in park or neutral. Keep this condition until the radiator fan engages, and then let the engine idle. At this point, monitor the onboard diagnostics OBD status via the HDS for DTC P0453 in the DTC menu. If the HDS displays failed, it confirms that the issue is present and allows you to move on to step 3. Conversely, if the status shows passed or indicates an intermittent failure, the system appears to be operating correctly at that moment. Inspect for loose connections or terminals at both the FTP sensor and the PCM. In step 3 of troubleshooting DTC P0453, the first action is to turn the vehicle to the off lock mode to ensure safety while working on electrical components. Then, disconnect the FTP sensor 3P connector to isolate the sensor from the system. Using a jumper wire, connect terminals A and B of the FTP sensor connector. Terminal A and B correspond to female terminals number 1 and number 2, respectively. This step helps create a reference point to evaluate the sensor's function. After connecting the jumper, turn the vehicle to the on mode again. Check the values on the HDS for the FTP sensor and verify whether the current conditions exceed the threshold of 3 kilopascals. If this threshold is exceeded, continue to step 4. If not, this suggests that the FTP sensor may require replacement. During the 4th troubleshooting step, start by turning the vehicle to the off lock mode again. After confirming that the vehicle is off, remove the jumper wire from the FTP sensor 3P connector. This disconnection is necessary so you can measure the voltage that comes from the wiring itself. Ensure the vehicle is back in the on mode and proceed to measure the voltage between the designated test points. Test point 1 at terminal number 1 of the FTP sensor connector and test point 2 at terminal number 3. While performing this measurement, it is crucial to verify that you read approximately 5.0 volts. If this value is present, you will proceed to the next troubleshooting step. If not, further investigation is needed, and you should advance to step 6. In step 5, start by ensuring the vehicle is in the off lock mode for safety. Next, utilize the HDS to jump the SCS line, which stands for the short circuit check line, and allow a period of more than 1 minute before continuing. After this, disconnect the PCM connector A, 50P, to isolate the PCM from the process. Then, establish a jumper connection between terminals A and B. Terminal A from female terminal number 2 of the FTP sensor connector and terminal B to the body ground. Subsequently, check for continuity between test points. Test point 1 at PCM connector A, 50P number 42, and test point 2 at the body ground. If continuity is confirmed, this indicates that the P-tank wire is functioning properly. If it is not, you will need to repair any open circuits in the P-tank wire between the PCM and the FTP sensor. Finally, in this last troubleshooting step, turn the vehicle back to the off lock mode. Just like in the previous step, jump the SCS line using the HDS and wait for more than 1 minute. After jumping the SCS line, disconnect the PCM connector E, 80P. Now, create a jumper connection between terminal A from the FTP sensor connector number 1 and the body ground. Once these connections are made, assess continuity between test points 1 and 2. Test point 1 at PCM connector E, 80P number 45, and test point 2 at the body ground. If you find continuity, this indicates that the SG6 wire is functioning adequately. In the event of no continuity, it will be necessary to repair any open wiring in the SG6 line connecting the PCM FTP sensor. After all necessary repairs and replacements are conducted for the symptoms related to DTC P0453, it's time to perform a final repair verification. Start with running an EVAP system check to ensure that the system is functioning properly. It's essential to check that no DTC codes are present at this stage. This confirms that any previous issues have been resolved adequately. Additionally, monitor the vehicle's performance during standard driving conditions to observe if the irregularities have been rectified. Ensuring that the FTP sensor and all related wiring operate seamlessly is crucial for maintaining optimal vehicle performance and compliance with emission standards. To avoid future occurrences of DTC P0453, implementing a preventive maintenance strategy is essential. Regularly inspect the connectors related to the FTP sensor for any signs of wear or corrosion, which can compromise electrical connections. It's also beneficial to check the integrity of the wiring frequently, ensuring there are no breaks or frays that can affect signal transmission. Additionally, if any components in the EVAP system show signs of damage or malfunction, they should be replaced promptly to prevent further issues. Regular maintenance checks not only improve longevity, but also enhance overall vehicle performance and reduce the risk of unexpected failures. In conclusion, understanding the role of the fuel tank pressure (FTP) sensor is essential for addressing DTC P0453 effectively. This sensor's proper functioning is crucial to ensure the vehicle operates within emission standards and maintains optimal performance. Timely troubleshooting is vital, as it allows for the identification of issues that, if left unaddressed, could lead to more extensive problems or costly repairs. Recognizing potential symptoms of malfunction can help drivers act proactively. Following the outlined troubleshooting steps ensures that any faults in the FTP sensor circuit are accurately diagnosed and rectified. By adhering to preventive maintenance guidelines, vehicle owners can further reduce the frequency of such issues, promoting a smoother and more efficient driving experience. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.